Alright. Messed around with some settings, so I hope I didn't break anything. Should make stream better, assuming it doesn't crap itself. Seems like things are working. This is good news. So yeah, let's get back to it. I just noticed there's like a flashlight effect for the main title screen that follows your cursor. Anyways, last time, did a bunch of walking around the lower city. Found some messed up crap. Found some mutants. Blew up some ferals. Learned more about, well, everything that's going on. Found signs of teleporting Chaos Astartes with lightning claws, so that's great to know that that exists. Huh. Something was behaving weird there for a moment, but it doesn't look like it was stream. That issues with GPU. CPU's fine, memory's fine. Maybe overloading my GPU. Anyways, went to the marketplace and bought some stuff. Found rotten fish and the Sergeant Ari. Cog is now permanently a member of the squad. Of the warband, whatever it's properly called. Crap, can't remember. Strike team, whatever. Found what is assumed to be the missing guys, but the fact that they're so hard to identify leads me to believe that something's up, and it may not actually be the missing workers. Because they were trying to get it to where you couldn't identify the workers, which leads me to believe that if you leave identifying marks on them, but don't want them specifically to be identified, it leads me to believe that you just put the clothes on someone else. Anyways, out to the brown marshes. Hopefully meet Crute, I guess, or something. I can just go straight to Sister Septima's camp, that'd be fine. Brown marshes.
Never still for long.
Okay, what crap is this?
It'll work next time.
Dang, got close. But fail. Some purpose of pile of bones metal, but eludes you at present. Well, that sure is interesting. I don't really know what direction I want to go. Let's go east.
Moving.
The scan has detected a fading psi-active trace.
Oh. Oh, I see the shadow there.
I'll have to explain it to you in your own language. I'll die because of my own mistake. Oh, the irony.
Looks like a fruit. Jugface. Gunshot trace. Mark on the rock looks unusual as the stone briefly turned into lava, then froze, leaving behind a scorched groove. Oops. Misclick. Scene of the instant. Rock and outcropping reveals a trace of an unusual shot. Struck the second with a shot, but was knocked down. Strange to his trajectory, seems he was firing at someone significantly taller than himself. Yeah, a group.
Death was unexpected for the monkey. His final sensations were astonishment and vexation.
Before falling, the individual in the vision experienced surprise and regret, as if not expecting such an outcome. I shot a Kroot, and then died. Who could have seen that coming? By that, I mean literally everyone. Should. Remove the vent cover.
Resolved.
Yippee. Loot. Targeting visor. Wears precise attack scan plus 8% hit chance and deal 3 more damage. Cool. Keep my awareness goggles
No
up.
sense in delay.
Slumbering Guardian. Inactive data slate. Data slate is protected by security protocols, but the right data stick key is useless. Data is like a stored within. Suitable data sticks required for extraction. There's a signal lead. Shattered data slate was recovered nearby. Slumbering Guardian. Examine. The barely audible creak of joints in the dim glow of optical lenses reveal that hang figures of a slumbering guardian, ready to awaken at any moment. Let's
Keeping my eyes open.
let's poke this.
Every failure, a lesson.
Dang. Generator battery covered in rust and moss sits in a lifeless silence.
Tread carefully.
What did I discover? Well, the joints and dim glow. Is that what I think it is? Holy crap. I don't want to fight these things. Can I, Unfamiliar mechanism regards you with the hollow stares of dozens of extinguished eye sockets. You hear, or rather sense in the air, a faint hum. Machine spirit slumbers, softly murmuring its tech hymn. Amidst the tightly interwoven cables, a small bit screen flickers. Examine the mechanism. From the trunk enshrouded by dormant cervicals, dozens of mechadendrites spread out across the sodden land. They burrow deep into the earth, anchoring the structure securely. A grime-covered vidscreen glows soft, dimly with protective glyphs. In this faint radiance, you discern several cognitive portals. Awaken? But several commands that glyphs on the vidscreen shifts. Warning, access to internal prayer protocols requires a reset of the servo congregator's operational cycle. Warning, resetting the cycle will terminate the hibernation of the servo congregator's security units. Okay, I'll book that later. I feel like that will
Never
awaken
still
them
for
too.
long. The Holy Order teach vigilance.
Study the source of the outgoing signal. Observe match with the data state's frequency. Insignificant.
Mind
Okay.
your surroundings.
Severed head. Okay.
Activating analysis for
The severed
common
head
factors.
belonged to Millicentilia's agent. Oof. I love how it's not even connected to anything. Despite the fact that it should be over here. The fact that it is this person's head. Burn covering half his face. Tattoo in concealed area of skin. It was disfigured by an old burn. Hey, look, it's Groot. What are they up to? Solitary crew. The tall, pale-skinned Xenos slowly lowers his weapon, tilts its head to the side, and studies you intently. Carefully, without incidental movements, the creature tears a strip of raw meat from a hook on its belt and offers it to you. Or Xenos test failed. The Xenos attempt to bribe you comes across as somewhat pitiful. I'm gonna assume accept because it's Groot and they eat stuff, so if it's offering food, then helpful, I guess. Accept the meat. Thank you, call me Lash. Who are you? Wearing the cloak at his throat, Xenos points a claw and mark a red cross above 3 wavy lines encircling his neck, and gestures at his beak slightly open. That's it. I don't understand you. Xenos clicks his beak several times and repeats his gesture. Are you unable to speak? Xenos nods with visible relief at being understood, then gestures towards the surrounding swamp, waves a hand towards a lone tent on a nearby rock, points to itself again. It seems this Groot surviving in the marshlands without the support of its kin for some reason. Mute Groot surviving alone in the swamp appears emaciated. Why did your kin attack you? Xenos clenches his hands into fists. The creature lets out a guttural hiss, then presses a palm to its stomach and curls its clawed fingers. That, it tilts its head to the side and looks as you expected. Where did the creature attack you come from? The creature quills flattening against its head and slowly turns and directs its gaze toward the unexplored part of the marsh. Its clawed fingers clench and the creature shifts impatiently. It seems eager to uncover the truth itself. As Xenos turns away, you notice a las pistol tucked into his leather belt. The weapon looks out of place among the rest of the creature's gear. Where'd you get the las pistol on your belt? Xenos clicks its beak, suddenly, sharply, and loudly. One clawed hand particularly shields the pistol from your view. They're protecting something of great value. The hand first gestures at your feet, and its surrounding swamp. It claims to have found it in the swamp. Well then, I won't refuse a guide. Come with me. Xenos hesitates. Finally, the creature slings its weapon over its back and straightens up, making it clear that it's ready to move. What's up here? Clear the rubble? Like more Groot over here. Dead Groot.
Reconnoitering.
Good job. So full of the dead crude everywhere. There's also other crude over there. Frag grenade.
Moving.
Are they? That crew's clearly having issues.
Many are wounded. Hold off the maddened. I will lock up Grektar. The Vein cannot lose the last crew tox. Rotten failure.
Okay, so there are maddened and crew tox. Mad leader. Aid the non-hostile crew. Lock the crew tox in the cage. War Shaper. Ooh, Shaper. Mad Hunter. Berserker. Tough Crew. Berserker. Mad Warrior. Mad Warrior. Berserker. Hunter. So, attacking this guy will get him to follow me, and I guess I get him to follow me into the cage and then trap him in there. Hopefully without me in there. Everything else is just fight and try to win, I guess. Oops. Mars should be fine long enough to get into car. Alright, let's go. Aranthir's up first. Since he's exposed, let's block him.
Your job here is done.
Well, I need to summon the by part snap target with a precise attack. Okay, I can target the head. Blam blam.
It's futile.
Target is too far. Within touching distance. Oh. I misread that ability.
Executing.
Alright. What's the mad leader doing?
So
Substance, fast strike together. Pack hunting effect. Concentrates until its concentration is disrupted, grants allies the pack hunting effect. Lure Grokthar into the pin. Anchor him and run, but do him no serious harm. Wait, Dark Light Blast, excuse me. Is this... Are you running around with Drukhari gear? What the crap? I need to take you out. Alright. There's 11. How much does this give? 3. That's not enough to reach there. Alright, can move to here. Buff Cog. Oh, I forgot she has a dash. Whatever. Target is too far. Alright. That didn't work too well, but whatever. Terrifying roar. So you can concentrate, and after 3 enemies in their turns, make an attack against all units within its influence. Oh dang. Ability cumulative shot. Choose a target and concentrates. After 3 enemies in their turn, it shoots dealing damage directly to wounds. Dang. It's pretty vicious. Move to there. Activate your special. Switch to your heavy. Why can't I not target you? Tell me, what's your range? Max range 10. Okay, I don't think I'm actually gonna be able to accomplish much up here. Head injured again. Wretched. This unit cannot use psychic powers. Yeah, no crap. What's the pack hunting effect? This unit gains plus 4 MP and plus 5% hit chance for each ally in a 2-cell radius. Oh, dang. That sets you on fire before you go ballistic. Wait, can ISL you? Oh, I can't. Okay, so probably hit you first. The question becomes, should I push? Okay, no, because that is not affected. What I want it to happen is not affected by Veil degradation. Failed to apply blinded, but broke its concentration. If I fetter cast telekinetic shield again, I can buff. Let's see, buff yourself.
Charge your body and your mind.
All right. Ogrenton. Concentration is broken. Probably should have done that first. Leg's injured. Nice. Going the wrong way. Go the other way. This is a Shaper. He should be able to handle these guys. Oh. Ow.
The veil is tearing!
Immobilized.
This will have to suffice.
Dead. Yuck. Just straight up eyes. Head injured. Nothing else to really do. Side discharge. Turn all units within the influence with pass reflex test. Suffer valid degradation damage. Oh. You're right. Did. Legs injured, but he took them all out. Impressive. That's not good. What is this guy's abilities? Blood, heroic. Eye for an eye. Whenever his unit suffers damage from melee attack, it strikes back at the attacker. Moving, it does not trigger attacks of opportunity. It can move after attacking. Some good stats too. Shit's down. Alright, Lanthier. Get moving, because otherwise that guy's gonna come charging. Also buff her, so she can get you in the hill. Do that, so that way hit. And let's slap this guy around some. Or not.
Ready to fight again.
Darn.
Come on, Graktar! Get out of harm's way!
Let's heal you. And have some steps. Ow. That hurts. Nice. Alright. I think that missed. Yeah. Dealt rending damage to cover. Then it takes cover at Larenthir. Cannot defend, but cover took the hit. Thank goodness. Crap. There goes the medic. Disarmed. Not use weapons or grenades. Thank goodness. And Lanthier probably about to get slapped.
This will have to suffice.
Don't waste this opportunity.
Morale broken. Madness. There goes his armor. So if it's internalized, then the rent suffer and this unit immediately ends its turn. Oh, oops, that's right, you're up here. I forgot where he was for a moment.
Immaterium seeds! Mail is tearing!
Forgot to apply that first. Bro. Keep moving, land there.
to fight again.
I have an exploit. So I can do this, which puts an exploit on him. Does have critical vulnerability. I can just straight up shoot him in the eyes. Bruh, he lived. I didn't already had it on them. Darn. Whatever.
Come on, Grektar! Get out of harm's way!
Still spited on Lanther, yeah, okay. Good, I guess. Warps, blind, certain suckers next turn, their arm durability is 0. I'm blind. That's fine. It lost battle. Morale strength at least 2 times less than the opponent's morale strength. It seems. Dang. Right there, run away!
This will have to suffice.
Come on,
Pop.
Ragnar! Get out of harm's way!
Too far away. Blocked by cover. Some heroic, but also blind. Target's too far. Oh, that's right, you're blinded. I forgot. Oh, but I can do this. I'm gonna continue combat because I don't know if that would prevent the. I can quick save. Okay, I can. Actually. If I execute the enemy, does it protect the Crutox?
Stop, Okvaka! You have crossed the boundaries of the roost. Lower your weapon, or I will strip your soft skin, and my blood will devour your flesh.
It killed the Crutox. Hello. All is indeed well. Well, no. I guess. Well, everything's well. Well. Should have seen that coming.
Seeking the advantage.
I am playing on daring. Can you get in the cage, please? That'd be nice.
The job here is done. Don't waste this opportunity!
Come on, Grektar!
I don't think he'll fit in there.
This will have to suffice. Come what may.
Oh, I just noticed there's an actual path out the back. Cool. I don't know if I use this on the same person. Okay, I can. Ow.
Ready to fight again. Always have a backup plan.
Come on, Grektar!
There we go.
Stop, Otvaka! You have crossed the boundaries of the Root Stone. Lower your weapon.
I did not notice the door in the
or
back.
I will
That would have been
strip
much
your
easier if I noticed
skin,
that.
And my blood will devour your flesh.
Dozens of gleaming eyes watching from strange dwellings, from high cliffs, from the shadows. Carnivorous Xenos, renowned for their mercenary prowess. At your feet lie many other fallen kin, but even more surround you. Every one of them is a warrior. Every one carries a rifle, lethal claws, and a sharp beak.
Otvaka, you heard my words. You saved Grektar I will forget that you trespassed in the roost. The kin band will not tear you apart. For now.
Yippee.
You reek of the inedible. An exile of the vain. To walk into the roost bearing such a stench without fear. You must be a strong warrior. Or a fool.
Yeah, the swamp mutants they speak of in their sport.
When the vein grows strong, Oatvaka will have no time for foolish names. They will tremble at the mere mention of the bog beasts.
Fascinating. An aggressive Xenos species operating in the lower hive sectors. How did they go unnoticed for so long?
Makes several notes on her data slate, entirely unfazed by the dozens of eyes fixed upon her. Helped you in battle. That's all things I get.
What did you expect? A reward? Stars are a warrior's reward. You earned yours. So why are you so displeased?
Came to talk, not to fight. Kin struck first.
The time for words with soft skins has passed. Now,
take my brother's words as you would a storm, Softskin. He walks the path of blood and battle, and you have come at a difficult time. I am Uertik, flesh shaper of the Tick vein. Croactic is the war shaper. He is the strongest among us, but he does not trust outsiders. Even so, the Tick vein is grateful for your aid against those maddened of my blood. They lost their connection to the roots. They could no longer hear the commands of the Shapers. And now, their flesh will rot. Their strands will decay. Today, madness seized the roost. I sense it. In the air, and in the blood that was spilled. It is a warning. One the Tick vein will heed. Soft-skin flesh defiles our roots. Hear my word, you of my blood. From this moment forth, the vein is forbidden from consuming human flesh. It is time to leave this roost, choked with the stench of a rotting sea. It is time to move once more, through the tunnels, to new lands, in search of better prey and new strands.
Impressive that the humans here were so annoying, a Kroot Shaper decided no more eating humans, just as a whole. Because of how annoying humans are. It's amazing.
Brother, has a Gothwak claimed your mind? It was you who said that we, the Vein, must feed on strong Oatvaka. And you were right. The weak warriors have grown strong. The strong have grown ferocious. But the kin band's ferocity is not a curse of the roots. It is a sign that our warriors' bodies strive to harness the strands of the soft skins.
Yeah, I know what the Kroot are.
The strong will survive.
Which is why I find it impressive that
will nourish the
humans managed to annoy them so much that they just got their entire species banned from being eaten.
This is the way the leaves fall. Remove your prohibition before it is too late.
Alright, I'm gonna ask what is an Atvaka, in case they're maybe talking about the divers, specifically, or maybe the sludge. That's probably what happens. The humans are eating the sludge, and then the crew are eating the humans, and effectively getting the sludge as well. What is an Atvaka?
That is what we call soft skins like you. A single strike and done. But you are different. Though your body is fragile, I sent the spirit of a hunter in you. That is why you survived the slaughter. That is why the vein still listens to you.
Soft skins, frail-bodied, like your pack. Humans, yes.
Does this mean no one else here intends to attack me and we can talk now?
As I said, the vein will forget that you trespassed in the roost. You helped. You survived. Now, stay out of the way. My brother and I have matters to discuss. I say, the vein must remain here and continue to absorb strong flesh. Better to fall in battle against the Oathfucker than to let those of my blood slowly rot from hunger in the tunnels again. Even before the battle, we both saw it. The ancient root is breaking through in one of our warriors. That means the time has come. We will conduct the awakening ritual. Help him remember. And then he will judge our dispute. Until then, the vein will not move. One more mistake, and we will be nothing more than decaying leaves beneath the feet of outsiders.
The vein is about to witness the awakening of the great root, which will mend the woes of these times. I must prepare for the ritual. You may remain in the roost until then. The rabid ones are gone. No one will strip the flesh from you or your pack. That is my decree. But remember this. When the awakened one emerges, you will leave the roost forever. Thus speaks Flesh Shaper Uwiatik.
Okay. Solitary crew, what do you have to say about this? You blink nice one hand, assuming stroking the bird perched on its shoulder. Searching for something in the middle, orange. Xenos hesitates for a minute, as if weighing whether you can trust it. Finally, it points at you, turns its hand, and presses its palm to its forehead. Eyes dart back and forth, filled with agitation or knees. A sharp click of his beak follows, then an uncertain gesture. Takes you a moment to piece it together. A gesture towards you, human, touch to the forehead, familiarity. Sweeping uncertain motion, lost. The Xenos was searching for a person who had gone missing. Investigation. Show the Xenos' severed head. Do you know this person? Pale-skinned Xenos lets out a mournful croak about and seeing the grim find in your hands. Creature reaches towards the severed head, seemingly intent on taking it. This is the person you were searching for in the marshes, isn't it? Crick gives a sharp nod. His beak gapes wide as if screaming, yet no sound emerges from his throat. Who was this person? Xenos begins gesticulating frantically in an attempt to explain whose remains you hold. The only thing you manage to discern is that the deceased was familiar with the Xenos and had visited its camp. where he attempted to extract information from the outcast about both itself and its kin. You begin to understand why your new acquaintance is so adept at conveying meaningful gestures, as Xenos have interacted extensively with the deceased before his disappearance. Finishing his explanation, the crew reaches again for the severed head in your hands. Why do you want the head? Xenos opens and be quiet. Aware of the crew's cannibalistic traditions, you have no doubt what is on your companion's mind.
I must remind you that the bodies of Inquisition acolytes belong to the organization even after death. As your colleague, I will have to report this. But as a researcher, I understand your curiosity.
I think of giving the head. Because I feel like there is more to gain by being friends with the crew than from having some dude's severed head. So, yeah, you can have the head. Spin the head towards the Xenos. Xenos carefully accepts the remains, gazing one last time at the disease. She deftly tilts the severed head sideways and grips the knife. A crunch echoes as the temporal bone and intracranial structures snap. Xenos extracts the brain matter, consuming it at a leisurely pace. Crate freezes, as if lost in thought or listening to something unseen. Turning to you, it jabs a claw at the head in its grasp before clutching its own face with a mournful cry. Shaking its head, hunching its shoulders, clenching its fist. The creature is clearly attempting to convey what it has released through its grim piece. Defeat, disappointment, and bitterness. Devouring the human brain, the outcast creature absorbs the final emotions of the deceased, a sense of defeat and frustration. Returning the remains to you, the Xenos stands still. In the expression of its alien, inhuman eyes, however, sadness is apparent. Sadness and thirst for vengeance. Try to find out who killed your acquaintance. Xenos raises a surprised look at you, then after a couple seconds, it bows its head in silent thanks. For a moment, it's thought, the crew reaches for its belt and carefully offers you the las pistol you noticed earlier. The head dips several times, as though Xenos is attempting to express gratitude for your help. Good quality las pistol kept by the solitary crew. Handles engraved with letter initials RS. I also know how to dress crew. Darn, I was gonna just give the las pistol right back. Some more damage to elite. Shoot melee. Rate of fire 5. Holy crap. Let's move on. Xenos nods firmly and grips his weapon even tighter.
I brought good meat. Eat and sleep, Sresla. Soon your wounds will heal.
And that shows up on the map. Just out of curiosity. Loot over there. The War Shaper. Mechanical tree. More loot. Loot.
Thoughts.
Moving.
Still do not recognize me as a battle companion, Gregtar? All right. I will wait.
Yes, I have played Darktide before. Not recently, though it is looking pretty cool with this Skitarii. And honestly, a Kroot would be
We
cool.
will hunt together.
A Corsair, I don't really see a Corsair because I don't see why a Corsair would engage in the whole events of Darktide. But I could see a Kroot, which would be interesting.
The supplies wouldn't spoil either.
First the battle with Lodi. Then
Opposing weapons,
those of
relative
my
skin,
blood went
scars on the
mad.
body, the claws around the right hand are blackened. Grotesque burn scars stretches up to the
Now
shoulder. Some
another
quills are adorned with
outsider
rough rings and
is
fishbone
sniffing
beads.
around.
Among them, a human ring stands out, bearing intricate engraving. The team-sized ring stands out among the primitive adornments of the War Shaper's quills.
Did you also drag the inedible into the roost? I should cast cast you both out. But you helped in battle. So I will make an exception. For you. Not for the creature.
Eldar Ranger, maybe? I don't know, while yes, it would be interesting to have an Eldar, I just don't see why an Eldar would engage in those events. So like that's currently just the issue I'm running into, is like both the Drukhari and an Eldari, I don't see why they would engage. And also, too, with being in a Rogue Trader's retinue, Rogue Traders are on a different power scale than Acolytes of the Inquisition, which is what Darktide is at. Granted, the Darktide characters do a lot more than Acolytes of the Inquisition should be able to do, but that's just because of gameplay mechanics and stuff. Oh yeah, I did forget. They are on a Rogue Trader's ship. But again, too, Eldar are a bit more selective in what they choose to engage with, and it's kind of hard to make them engage with something they don't want to engage with. Kroot, on the other hand, you could just pay them more money and they would go down there and start slaughtering crap. Do you know the strange tree in the swamp?
The Iron Tree. That place is forbidden. We lost those of my blood who hunted nearby. We barely returned their flesh to the roost. Saved the strands. I forbade the hunters to approach it. Weird-Tick supported me in this.
Yeah, honestly, as far as Xenos go, I really only potentially see a creep as getting involved, as an Eldar would have no reason in engaging against the Nurgle cult, unless they have like a very specific reason to be there. Which, given the nature of the Darktide characters, it seems like none of them actually have a specific reason to be there. They're kind of just there. Tal wouldn't make sense because they'd be I think that play takes place quite far away from Tal space. Orcs probably wouldn't pass, as orcs are weird. And you already got an Ogryn, so I mean, like, it's kind of that role filled. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if an Eldar character appears, just I don't think it would be an Eldar player character. I don't think he's in... Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Crap, what was his name? I forgot his name. I don't believe he's an Eldar. He's a bit short for an Eldar. My guess is that the guy's gonna be like a heretic or something like that. Not Chaos aligned, of course, but... Unless he is, I don't know. It'd be hilarious if he's a Zechian sorcerer here just to cause issues. But I doubt that would be the case. Does the name Rufus Skarag mean anything to you?
Maybe. One outsider lived in the roost. My brother constantly spoke with him. He called it exchange of experience. He even forbade those of our blood from eating him. Declared him an honored Oathfucker. Not a shaper, but a witless fledgling. The Kesma studied us like a lurking predator. Tried to find out the Vein's weaknesses. Not long ago, he stopped appearing in the roost. And that is no bad thing.
Look at that decoration in your quills. It's like a ring.
This is a sign of respect. A gift. Skrotik brought it. A hunter of the Vein.
I need to talk to Skrotik.
Do you like it? Take it, Oathfucker. In the fight for the roost, you suffered blows that were meant for me. I am repaying the debt.
Oh, nice. Key ring. So this unlocks something, apparently. Thanks. I'm about Draktar.
We call them Krutoks. They are our siblings in war. That only one remained in the roost. Do not approach him, Softskin. Draktar is clever, but only listens to his rider. Me.
Or Xenos spelled. Mountain muscles and pen looks anything but intelligent. Creature's front legs rest on its knuckles. Perhaps its ancestors were bipedal. I'm pretty certain I know what this failure was. 71 needed 70. Holy crap. I missed by 1. So annoying. I'm fairly certain I was going to point out that the Krutoks are a strain of Krut. Or like common ancestor type of thing. But basically Krut, through certain diet, ended up as Krutoks. Or whatever, ended up as Krut, ended up as Krutoks from certain diet, whatever. Something along those lines.
Do you see this power, Oathfucker? When the Krutoks smell blood, nothing can stop them. My Greptar lives for combat. But this time, he could have fallen to the claws of those maddened of my blood. But you intervened. Take this. Payment for your service. Now, the blood debt is honored, Oathfucker.
Tell me about the inedible?
Why should I speak? You are a stranger, Oathfucker. Your presence promises nothing good for the Vein.
We'll do something useful for the Vein. Will you speak?
What could an Oathwalker do for the Vein that those of my blood could not?
Ship suddenly pauses, tilting his head to the side in a bird-like manner. Well, what is that I could do?
Find and bring me another big-headed Oathwalker like this one for the ritual. He will become a worthy opponent for the Awakened One. This way, you will serve the Vein. Will you do it?
I love how it's like, bring me another big-headed one like this one. But I'm glad he doesn't point out the fact like could just use Cog. No, respect for the fight and stuff. The menacing growl, Cog watches the Crit's hand intently, ready to rip off the first wrong move in your direction. Big-headed alpaca. Alright. Why do you want one?
For the Awakened One. A worthy opponent in the ritual will awaken the slumbering root. A good fight will help him remember.
Who's the awakened one?
A great warrior. One whose strands descend from heroes of the past. From the day he came to be. My brother and I knew. We sensed it. His is the blood of an ancient root. He is an offshoot of the Great Ones. We have been preparing him for awakening. All that is left now is to help him remember. He will decide who is right, my brother or I. He will determine which branch the Vein will follow.
What will you do if the awakened one takes your side?
We will continue hunting in these grounds. Even if madness overcomes some of my blood. The rest, the strongest, will adapt. It is a sacrifice necessary for the Vein's survival.
See what can be done, but I promise nothing.
Whether you do it or not, decide for yourself. I do not expect much from you.
Let's learn more about your plan, your Vein.
Why should I speak?
Okay. I will return later.
At any moment, the great water might cover the roost. You are lucky. You have come while it slumbers. Do not drag it out. Do not steal time from the Vein. Or we will all be swept away with the roost. Like last time.
Alright, you need a medkit. And, you also need a medkit. You do not have a medkit. Have a medkit. Hello! Welcome to stream. Oops.
Always on the move.
What happened this time? Fruit. So we arrived here in the swamp, went to a mechanical tree that was super weird, and I decided screw that, so I left for now. Walked around here, met this Kroot, this one. Then traveled around for a bit, found a bunch of Kroot fighting each other. Some were just absolutely insane and attacking everyone, and one of them was calling out like, hey, you can help me. So I helped them. And beat up all the ones that were absolutely crazy, and now we're allowed to wander around the Kroot place. So, yeah, Kroot. Or Xenos. Meet, one can notice parts of the bodies of the Kroot. Xenos waste nothing. Retrieve the container from the swamp. Arm amputation long last. What? Execution? I skipped the execution because part of it was game that might run a chance when arms are targeted. And this is whereas precise attacks gain 16% hit chance against targets the wearer has not hit yet. Alright. But no, because this. Let me move over there. This Kroot over here, Rockdart, was kind of going crazy as well, but this Warshaper was trying to help me, was requesting that I capture rather than kill the Kroot. And if I did the execution to end the battle, then it would execute the Kroot as well. So the battle went on for like 5 rounds longer so I could get Rockdart captured instead of killed. Listen in. Oh, pass.
A whole swarm of soft skins is wandering through the roost. What is that pack doing here? That cunning soft skin who spoke with the Flesh Shaper must have brought them. If it is a fight they want.
No fighting! This pack has helped us, and the cunning Ottwalker fled after the slaughter with moon-eyes warriors on the far shore and never returned. Perhaps the swamp is taken.
Got as long as the other part of the Xenos encampment.
Unfortunate. The Flesh Shaper needed him for trade.
The Bane has no need for weak allies. If the cunning one could not survive, he was not so cunning after all.
So he was helping them trade, and was also just causing issues, I guess.
What did I want? No strength left to remember. Oh, that's right. Where is that piece of good meat?
Also, my theory is that the Kroot are having issues with madness because they're eating humans who are eating the sludge, and as such, they're basically eating the sludge by proxy, which is just causing a lot of issues.
Raise your head, Chinook. In this dark hour, you give the vain hope. What do you remember? Flesh and bones crack in the beak. Poison winds swirl in the quills. Who am I? Your memory is still weak. It is normal. Go, help it unfurl. Fight, shoot, eat. It should help.
The Kroot are a cannibalistic species.
Yes, I want to eat. The whirlwinds of stars tormented me for too long. I need to put meat on my bones before the battle.
Alright. But yeah, Kroot eat, basically anything and everything for the most part. To a certain extent. Because, the way their species adapts and evolves to stuff is they eat stuff and then, God dang. Because they eat stuff and they gain, traits from what they eat. So, if they kill something big and then eat the big thing, that makes them bigger and stronger. If they kill a smart thing and eat it, that makes them smarter. And kind of stuff like that. So, they also just eat a lot. So, they'll just literally take anything and everything and eat it. Unless it's something that is banned from being eaten by the flesh, by the, shapers. Because of causing issues. Like, eating Tyranids causes issues, eating Chaos stuff causes issues. Eating Tau is banned because the Tau help the Kroot a lot. And since the Tau asked nicely to not be eaten, the Kroot respect that because they respect the Tau.
At once.
What's this?
The water of memory is for the awakened one. Touch it, and you will anger the roots.
Open drink resembles a thick resin of dirty residue. That could run scent chokes your throat. Take this for lungs. Okay.
I've come to trade knowledge, soft skin.
Kroot's gaze stretches far beyond, through thick walls, the rotting sea, and the drain's pipes, beyond even the borders of the hive Sibyllus.
Let us speak, but not for long. No one knows when the great water will strike the vein again. I see it already creeping toward our hunting grounds. Last time, we fled into this roost. Now, there is nowhere left to run. The stench of the inedible. In the roost. You are foolish to consort with that creature. It is carrion, cast out by the vein. Spoiled flesh that will rot in the earth after death. Its strands will never again become part of the vein.
Shipper speaks of your companions, if it were not standing right there. He knows pale-eyed skinned Kroot himself is looking away, eyes downcast. I ordered your kin not to attack me, not to feed on humans at all. Why is such kindness?
I am the Flesh Shaper. I sense the strands within the flesh our hunters bring back. I decide what those of my blood must consume to develop their potential, and what must be left to rot. You have seen with your own eyes the madness that tears at the vein. The wisdom of the roots surfaces in my mind as lessons from those who came before. My instincts cry out to me. The vein must be cautious. We came to this wretched land, consumed the strands of your kind in hopes of gaining strength. But we found only rage and frenzy. Though my brother Croak is stubborn, we must leave for another place, a better one. He is a warrior. It is hard for him to understand the voice of the roots.
Your brother spoke about the ritual of the roots and the awakened one.
The awakened one is the best among us. The one in whom the strands of the roots grow. The strongest, the most useful. Chinook, a young hunter, carries the fine strands of an ancient hero. If the ritual is completed, the awakened one will judge between me and my brother.
When will the ritual begin?
When you tell me you are ready to leave the tick roost, soft skin, forever. Until then, those of my blood have time to mend their wounds, to prepare.
Awakening of an ancient hero. It's impressive. I witnessed the ritual.
You have aided the tick vein in its battle against those maddened of my blood. You saved Graktar, our kin. And yet...
Shaper falls into deep contemplation.
No, soft skin. I cannot allow outsiders to witness the birth of a great root. The Vayne would not understand. You would not understand.
Well, we'll talk about it later. Why is your brother against the migration?
We arrived in these hunting grounds recently, during the last migration. Before that, we wandered through the tunnels of the Otvaka Roost for a long time. Those of my blood grew weak from lack of food. Weakness bred fear. Fear bred desperation. When we emerged into these lands, those of my blood fell upon the fresh flesh of the soft-skins who lived in the swamp. Then on the others. Further, in houses of stone and steel. But we were weak. Under Lonai's leadership, the soft-skins drove us back into the marshes. And so we began eating the dwellers of the rotten sea, whose flesh is foul. The Vayne lives only as long as it feeds on good flesh. We need strong strands, or the Vayne faces oblivion. We will lose our adaptability, ossify, and join the ranks of beasts that know neither reason nor growth. This fate is worse than death in battle. Proactic believes that only this awaits us in the tunnels.
Mentioned the Battle of the Vayne against Monai. Who is that?
The leader of the Softskins, who calls himself Baron. Oh. He dwells on the soft rocks by the shore. He cast us out into the swamp, but offered us a chance to survive.
Got the inedible.
The creature broke the covenants of the roots, and my covenants. It lived alone in the swamps. Softskins should not have gone to its camp, should not have had dealings with it. It was dangerous.
We just pick up the inedible as though it is already gone.
Because pruning the Vayne's rotten offshoots is my burden. The creature will not return to the roost. To us, it is the past.
I should be afraid of the inedible?
The inedible did not follow the Vayne's laws and was cast out. It survived alone for a long time. Such hunting is difficult. It was hungry and could have devoured anyone. Any soft-bodied one would have been a desirable prey.
The Xenos behind you shifts and squeals uneasily. In a way, you see it staring at the ground, fist clenched. The crew is angry, does not challenge the Shaper. I understand.
Good. I no longer wish to speak of those whom the leaves have buried.
That partially clarifies what happened.
You came with questions, Softskin. You got your answers. Now help the Tick Vayne. Then I will share new answers to new questions.
Alright.
When Lonai's pack forced us to retreat to the shore of the Dread Sea, the first great water came. It washed away the roost. The Vayne had to flee again. That is how we found this place. But at the border of this hunting ground, the Iron Tree awaited us. It seemed dead and withered. I sent the kin band to gather the flesh hanging from its branches. And the hunters perished in its treacherous traps of metal roots. My brother and I decided never to approach the tree again. And so we left it to sleep.
Okay.
But what is the Vayne to do now? On one side, the great water creeps slowly toward the roost. On another, Lone Eye's Outfucker lurk, waiting. On the third, the Iron Tree stands, a path only the finest hunters can traverse. The vein is caught in a trap that is about to snap shut. You are no ordinary Outfucker. You smell of strength and cunning. I sense it in your strands. Convince the Iron Tree to spare the tick vein, and we may trade new knowledge. Or leave forever, and I will proceed with the ritual. A fair exchange. Think. Choose.
Alright. So, decision regarding the Xeno ritual. At this testimony, it's a believe that the awakening of the Great Warrior of the past can resolve the present issue. So, screen warning. The claim requires time to prepare for the ritual to explore the settlement. The exact time the ritual commences can be clarified with the individual flesh and shaper. Once the ritual begins, Acolyte required to leave the clan territory permanently. So, the Xeno ritual will weaken the Xenos clan, making it easier to exert social pressure on them afterwards. Reminder: knowledge rituals constitutes valuable information for the archives of the Inquisition. Supposition: the individual known flesh shaper will not allow the Acolyte to take part in the ritual without compelling reason. Assess the situation. The Acolyte permission to explore the territory. The Acolyte must identify the level of Xenos hostility and the reasons for their presence, and lower level of high civilists. It resides in swamps, and could equally serve as a source of valuable information or a potential threat. Leaders seeks an opponent for the awakened ones and prove himself during the upcoming ritual. Ogren type subspecies of human is known for strength in hand-to-hand combat. For the Acolyte managed to bring an Ogren to Xenos camp that would secure the more Shaper's loyalty. It has agreed to provide an account in exchange for the Acolyte's assistance with the Iron Tree that stands on the border of the Xenos settlement. That object impedes the crew's movements across the hunting lands, thereby threatening the survival of their clan. Question the Baron. Won't show complete quest. Let's get rid of those for now. Alright. So there is the planet has equals ban consuming related in puzzle. In Spanish, you grant the agent the title of Honored Avaka among the great passage encampment. Consult the Oro Xenos archives. Grabs the kind of Madison. Serve as a foundation for further analysis. The great purpose in life is to absorb the correct and best strands for the evolution of the race. The advisor of the Kinto absorb the strands and strengthen the clan. Members of the Xeno species are often found among the mercenaries of the more radical factions of the Inquisition. Outcast group. Diagnostics.
Activating sacred
Features
diagnostic
unique modification. A
protocols.
portable plasma
Each
generator.
element
Shot
will
leaves
be
behind a small
subjected
plasma
to
residue.
strict
Continues to
examination.
burn for several seconds. Wait a second. I was tempted to uncover this weakness. Clan Hunter struck.
Conducting analysis to
The ring was an
identify
embedded vox
visual
key to the gates of the
similarities.
Bastion Serpentis.
Let
Likely belonged
logic
to
guide
the
us to
Splinter's
true
agent.
conclusions.
Baron, known as Lone Eye. Devouring the human brain, the outcasts of both foundation will cease sense of defeat and frustration. And after slap between the Crit and the Baron's gang at the excavation site, the agent gathered his belongings and departed the Xenos encampment. Attacker bears a fresher burn from a laser shot. Hazy vision revealed two opposing figures. The first struck the second with a shot, was knocked down. Burned Recruit. You potentially the one from the Vision who got shot by a burning las pistol. I also never did look at the arm amputation rifle. Sharpshooting. The Widow's precise attack this weapon. Hit chance when arms are targeted. Yeah, cool. I'll take it. Yo, burn fruit. Burn fruit, like my name's skin, discovered with extensive burns.
The pet craft flew over the swamp again. Probably hunting down the mad ones who fled there.
Why does good kin associate with the inedible? The Peckra should have stayed in the roost.
Can I talk to you? Or were you like stab me?
We are all but a shadow of the tree that grows in the land of Peck.
The pet craft flew over the swamp again.
Wait a second. Attacker bears a fresh burn from a laser shot. If I mark that. Lone Recruit wounded by the pistol shot. Flesh Shaper wounded by the pistol shot with a ship or Shaper. Baron wounded by the pistol shot.
We're hunting down the mad ones who fled there.
Reckon
Why
isolate.
does good kin associate with the inedible? The Peckra should have stayed in the roost. Heretic says the flesh of your pack is forbidden.
We will try it.
Shame. You smell of strength. Unless the flesh shaper forbids eating this catch too. Cut the skin from the bones of the Otvaka. Let's stock up.
I can exile you to the swamp. Response to Xenos begins gesticulating wildly, struggling to compensate for its lack of speech. It makes every effort to convey its silent explanation. And at last, it clicks. The Xenos was exiled from the planet for consuming forbidden flesh, a grave sin, crime among these Xenos. Let's clear and miss with your clan. Xenos hunches slightly, so then gaze roves over you, searching for something. Raises a hand, forming an unfamiliar sign with its fingers. Okay.
No sense in delay.
Why does good kin
What's over here? Oh, you two doing anything interesting? Okay.
Heretic says the flesh of your pack.
Always on the move.
Shame. You smell.
Landform a schematic, yes. A surprisingly accurate map of the surrounding lands. I'll drawings, but a means of recording useful knowledge. Did I get map? No. Toxin ingredients.
No beast will reach it while you are out hunting.
Okata, I won't lose you. Not again.
Xenos looks lost. His quill's flat. As Xenos sweeps his beak from side to side, inhaling air. Black eyes linger on your weapon.
The inedible cannot remain in the roost, old baka. But with you, Skrat wishes to trade. Skrat! He needs help.
Who's Scott?
I am Skrat. Skrat has lost his mate.
Seems he's introducing himself to Yun for the first time. What assistance do you require?
Skrat's mate has vanished. She did not return from reconnaissance. If you know, if you find Okata and tell me, Skrat will trade. You like weapons, Otvaka. You reek of death. Skrat will give for the hunt.
Where did she disappear?
Okata went with Croak. Skin band on reconnaissance. None returned. None but Croak. Croak said the swamp took them all.
Why are you not searching for her yourself?
Skrat went. Skrat searched. Skrat could not find her. But now the shape is forbid. After the massacre, few of my blood remains, and it is a dangerous place to wander alone. Skrat cannot disobey. The rain is above all. Flesh Shaper Uetik went to the swamp after Okata vanished. Skrat believes he went to seek King Okata and the scouts. But he returned alone. Skrat did not ask. It was clear to Skrat that the Shaper did not find Okata.
Especially when during this fault for after the hunter returned from this hunting grounds. Excavation site. But she has already perished.
If so, then Skrat must consume her flesh. Many good cuts. Okata was a fierce huntress. Took the prey's head in a single strike.
Yeah, I figured that would be the answer. I will search for your mate.
Skrat was not mistaken about you, Otvaka. Okata wore a bone amulet shaped like a hook on her chest. That is how you will know her.
I will leave you now. I'll ask those questions after I figure out what else was going on.
The Shaper forbade eating fish, but in the sea there is that which eats fish. The Shaper did not forbid that. Will you show me how to make a raft?
Fires a maddened crew upon this shapeless, bloody heap. Survivors eye them with barely concealed fury. Listen in.
How is the arm? Ready to fight? We will soon face Lone Eye's warriors again.
Rot take the roots of the soft skins. I have been feeding since the last battle, but this wound will not heal.
Respect the roots, warrior. Even those of others. The Otvaka from the filthy roost fight well.
I have torn soft skin hides before, but these ones
Noises they make.
under Baron Lone
Yeah.
Eye's command.
Honestly, the thing that surprises me is the fact that I can listen in.
From Igothland.
I would expect them to be speaking Kroot,
No
not
one
Gothic.
in these hunting grounds fights as fiercely as they.
Think twice across the other half zone in Xenos.
own eye must have given them strong strands. Or something else. No matter. There will be more battles. Heal up. We will return for you.
The primary language, well, technically there's two. There's, the human language is a mixture, is either Low Gothic or High Gothic. High Gothic is along the lines of, like, noble Latin speaking. The kind of thing where, like, you speak in Latin because, like, it's the fancy thing to do and no one actually understands you. That's how, like, High Gothic is, and then Low Gothic is basically everything else, which is just the common language used in, by humans in 40k. It is not English, as this is implied to be, well, it's the 41st millennia, so 40, at least, well, so around 40,000 years after, modern day. So, languages kind of change and go. So, but basically, humans in 40k speak Gothic. Either Low Gothic or High Gothic, depending on their standing and circumstances. So it is implied that everything that is being able to be heard without using translation stuff is spoken in Low Gothic. Which is why I find it funny that all of them are just speaking in, that Kroot are speaking to Kroot in Low Gothic, and not, Kroot. Which clearly they speak Kroot, because Scrog here has issues speaking Gothic.
Never still for long.
Not really. Because it kind of falls into the conundrum of you're not going to learn a whole new language just to play a video game or read a book. So, it's kind of like it's automatically translated in all ways. So, it's just whatever language you have it set to. Let's try to carefully store his meager supplies in these old Imperial crates. And camp's missing supplies are in the Kroot settlement. Oh, who ransacked the camp?
Show me how to make a raft.
The bones adorned with flaking gold-plated buttons. Such buttons are supplied by the Tone to the Radiance's Centillion Fusiliers. Martial crew armor. Got a gold button. What do I do with a gold button? Gold button of an embossed quill can be found adorning the uniform of the Centillion Fusiliers.
Keeping my eyes open.
Swamp Pick. Pick shows a hooded individual secretly watching a group carrying a net with bloody content in the swamp. Something glints on the human's right hand. Innovation possible silver ring glints on their right hand.
Conducting analysis to
Another human from the pit
visual
is sent his aid, identified by the silver signet ring of an
Let
historical
logic
acolyte.
guide us to true conclusions.
A 7% similarity to the War Shaper, 23% similarity to Scarahot, 13% similarity to the Outcast, Inedible, and to the 62% similarity to the Flesh Shaper. Initiate optical scanning review of damage.
Identifying anomalies in
Bodies covered
visual
in fresh wounds,
representations.
both ragged gashes and injury
Any
from ranged
deviation
weapon.
from the norm will be made apparent.
Okay, but no burns.
Identifying anomalies in visual representations.
And the shaper's
Any
left shoulder is stiff in
deviation from
pain.
the norm
Armor
will
conceals
be
the wound,
made
making
apparent.
diagnosis difficult.
Identifying anomalies
There were
in
deep
visual
claw marks that score the thick
representations.
hide of the crew.
Any deviation from the norm will be made apparent. Identifying anomalies in
Thermal
visual
tissue exhibits an
representations.
uncharacteristically pale hue.
Any
Healing
deviation
scratches,
from the norm will be
healing
made
scratches
apparent.
observed on the right forearm, fresh claw wounds on the legs. Okay, so it seems like if one crew wounded by the pistol shot, unlikely because no wounded, no burn damage, no burn damage. I don't think it was the Baron because it seemed like it was definitely a crew that killed him from the imagery that I saw. Second, now that I think back to this, melted rock and alchemy reveals a trace of an unusual shot. So, aiming at an opponent who was significantly taller than himself, that implies it was a crew, not the Baron. Melted rock and outcropping reveals a trace of an unusual shot, which means this was probably the agent that we're searching for. Because the agent was carrying around the las pistol that left plasma burns. And the individual in the vision was surprised and regretful of the outcome. Which leads me to believe it was probably Flesh Shaper or Critic, because Oyer was vouching for the agent, whereas the War Shaper Klorak was against the agent being there. I believe it was either the Klorak or Oher. Oher? Yeah. One of those two. It was either the War Shaper caught on and decided to do something about it, and the agent was regretful that he got caught, or Oher did something about it, and the agent was surprised because it was like being betrayed by the one that was vouching for you. Those are my theories, anyways. There's still the data slate to search. Source part. Oh. Yes, source and dialogue.
Never still for long.
Study the source of the outgoing signal. Observe match with the data slate's frequency. Insignificant.
Commissar's cap. Uses an ally's morale. All enemies within that ally's influence must pass the reflex test. Failed, the damage is reduced. War starter. Target is hit at least 2 times in a burst. Each enemy adjacent to it becomes disheartened. Rifle modernized with unknown xenotech. Looks old, but it's a treasured item. love how it says recruit rifle modernized, but it can't be used by recruit. Here. Here. You can have the War Star. Does it actually look like a recruit rifle? No, no it does not.
The Holy Ordos teach vigilance. Moving.
Scanning the area. Fragments of a human body have been identified in the sedimentary layers of the toxic swamp.
A sickened squelch, a human torso emerges from the swamp spill, devoid of legs, arms, or even a head. Patches of gray crust are visible on the skin. Clean areas are coated in a layer of slick mucus, through which faint, barely recognizable symbols can be seen. The stench is no better than the sight. Torso, part of the left shoulder, and shattered pelvis. This is all that remains of the mutated body. Patches of gray crust are visible on the skin. Funny in the camera. The screen shows an incoming intermittent radio signal. So the data led to a body in the mire. The device's owner was dead. So we found the guy's torso. What happened to this guy to get so just torn to shreds and tossed everywhere?
Judging by the state of the tissue, it has been here for some time. Dismembered post-mortem. The internal organs, if I may, internal organs remain intact, partially replaced with augmentations, none of which have been removed. My finding? A violent death with no accompanying looting.
Xenos command freezes inside the corpse, goes along the creature's nape bristle before the creature slams a fist against its own thigh in fury. You know who this is? Xenos lowers its head, and what appears to be sorrow. It will gradually settle, as though whatever rage that surged within it had drained away, leaving only bitterness behind. Examine the body from all angles. Model fabric peels from shriveled skin, trailing thin strands of gelatinous muck. The clavicle down towards the absent forearm, fine electus lines stretch, a complex automatic tattoo. Those of knowledge often store critical information this way, rather than on a data slate. Functional selection of the black tube remains on the missing limb. Recovered, its data might still be recovered. Okay, so if I can find the arm, I can get more access to stuff. Look around for tracks. Signs of bloodshed or struggle. Torso was brought here after dismemberment. Step away from the body, something glints in the field. Retrieve a broken injector. Its contents still partially preserved, likely dislodged from the victim's pocket during transport. Drops of black viscous liquid remain at the bottom of the broken ampule. Gives off a sharp chemical and ammonia smell. Perhaps that means signs of struggle around the corpse and invisible kill in December elsewhere. Search the pockets and pouches. Pockets of what remains of this fine quality coat are packed with silt and bubbling mire. Shoulder holster sits empty, its former occupant long since removed. The wear in the leather suggests frequent use, likely compact single-handed sidearm. Select two markings, well-crafted clothing, the body delivered hidden, unlikely to be one of the locals. We need to determine whether this is connected to our mission. Tech use.
That is beyond anyone's ability.
Deep gouge is visible in the swamp terrain. Dug with the claws of a predatory beast. Muddy red puddles of stagnant blood testify to a fearsome battle.
Cross-referencing marks on the marshy terrain. Tracks belong, likely, to a group of crude. Two pairs end here. The tracks of the largest member break off and lead on further.
Always on the move.
Analyzing Calculating the subsequent trajectory of the unknown subject's movement.
Screw have been slit with clean, precise motion. Gouged eyeballs are scattered nearby. Interesting.
Analyzing the surroundings. Further trajectory is impossible to calculate.
Groot looks around resolute, moving his beak up to sensing something. All signs point to the sticky swamp.
Analyzing the data. Calculating the subsequent trajectory of the unknown subject's movement. Analyzing the data. Calculating the subsequent trajectory of the unknown subject's movement.
Never still for long.
Analyzing the surroundings. Further trajectory is impossible to calculate.
Okay, so the only one left that can be tracked goes over here.
Registering. Remains matching the crude Xenos species in the swamp ecosystem.
Bone animal. The wearer's single shot inflicts the death toll effect on the target till the end of the wearer's turn. And the wearer's attacks against the unit gain much hit chance and deal an additional perception files damage. Dang. Piece of flesh with black veins, slimy and foul smelling. Smell chemicals, something sour emanates from the heap of protein remains. Body in the mire. Restore the faded symbol.
Analyzing data using higher
Match
order
has been identified
algorithms.
between pigmented segment dermal tissue that
Creating
previously recorded
visualizations.
brain tissue names. Bodies that have the missing agent.
Mission successfully completed.
To these deep wounds, they were made using something sharp by someone fast, confident, cold-blooded, the work of a professional.
Notice these characteristic scabs. A symptom of ash fever. The disease causes the person's internal organs and dermis to dry out, inevitably and painfully over a very long time.
Ugh. So the agent was dying of was suffering from ash fever and probably dying anyways. I have a feeling it was the Flesh Shaper. Oh, Okar, who killed him. Agent became the victim of a mad crew. Agent was driven to swamp and killed by the hunters of the cannon to absorb his strands. Both of these are just obviously incorrect because he was not eaten, and they did not want his strands. That led to body mire. Someone was dead. Submerged crew remains. Oh, now it's finding remains.
Initiating data upload
Faint
to the
acidic odor
sacred
of Kim solvents
repository.
and stagnant urine emanates
Data
from the
decoded,
remains.
structured, and appended to the case evidence.
Diagnostics.
Activating sacred
That's why it fits
diagnostic
perfectly into the holster
protocols.
found in the body in the mire.
Each element
Yeah.
will be subjected to strict examination.
Compare with the found body.
Activating analysis
And the
for
one that
common
gets the head is
factors.
severed from the body found in the mire. Figured as much. Swamp. Net contents. Submerged remains of the crew. contents agent's body. So it can't be the agent's body because the agent's body was watching it. It could be the submerged remains of the crew.
Identifying key features. for
Sample partially
comparison.
matches composition commonly found in Kim
These parameters will form the basis for
residual
analysis.
traces of the combat simulant Gurgus. Blocks pain, reduces insomnia, and stimulates adrenaline production, accompanied by excessive perspiration with a pungent acidic odor. The crew were under the influence of Gurgus. The Flesh Shaper has a wound that's being covered. And it was over the left shoulder that the shot was fired. So I'm gonna get the flesh, the Ohio's on my side first, and then ask him about it so that way I can see whether or not see what's going on. Maybe more willing to talk if once I know everything and so that I can be talked to, I guess.
Judging by the state of the tissue, it has been here for some time. Dismembered.
Anyways, back up to here. Broken Vox. Through the crackle and hissing from the broken Vox, a male voice breaks through. Can anyone hear me? It's me, Bonebreaker. How do you say it? Hail, this device. I woke up here alone. Was I abandoned? Not a clue. Strange tracks outside, not human. If anyone hears me, I need help. Oh, merciful Emperor, I don't want to die. Can anyone hear me? Come in. Hey, who's there? Stay away. I'm armed. You? No, don't come near. Rest pieces of metal claps serve as protection for someone. Judgment of the marks? It did a poor job. The crate plastered with bandit symbols, a skeleton with broken fingers sits curled up in a forlorn ball. By the tent lies a pile of bones with deep marks from a massive beak and claw. Oh, is this like your place? I think it's a broken injector. Recognize this? Creature lowers its head. With a quick, jerky motion, points at you, at the swamp, at its own arm, as if injecting itself with an invisible substance. Then noticing the confusion in your eyes, it repeats the sequence and adjusts once more. Finally, it dawns on you. The broken injector belonged to a human from the marshes with whom the outcast Xenos has been associated. It seems the device was used for its intended purpose after some sort of skirmish. Let's move on.
No sense in delaying.
There's no bone and a few shiny bolts, the humble possessions of a large bird. Pieces of mutated flesh bearing luminant tattoos are wrapped in waterproof fabric. Please don't tell me you ate the... So the crew keeps remnants of human flesh within its camp. Also 2 remnants of outcast crew's catch. Yeah, no. Agent became the desired prey of the starving outcast crew, forced to survive alone in the swamp. Except once again, the body wasn't really being eaten. And the inedible the outcast seemed shocked when it was revealed that the person was dead. So I don't think the outcast knew. Doom knife. More armor durability. Data stick key. Small tech key. This is usually used lock per store important data. Next, data slate. Interact. Insert the data stick key. Key slides in the slot with low click. Blurred symbols begin to appear on the screen. Data stick may be compatible with the port in the data slate. Shattered data slate with notes. Make contact with one of the leaders of the mutants. Here, Tech speaks Gothic fluently, which means the clan has spent a lot of time with humans. Good, there's a chance for cooperation. Spoke about the clan. The second leader, Clark, put a knife to my throat when I first arrived. Aggressive leadership, strong mercenaries. Wait, lost contact with M. OT says the clan can't survive on fish alone. Something about bad strain, mighty genes. Strong opponents are needed for sustenance. OT fears an evolutionary dead end. The band of pharaohs are not enough to feed the clan. I have an idea. After the incident with the workers, B's men are eyeing the resources left at the excavation site. They can't handle this alone. Send OT's hunters. Let the Kroot and bandits entertain each other. Risky, but necessary to buy time until contact with M is restored. Also get to see the updated Kroot in action. Important. Position myself for observation. Conflict escalation. Dead on both sides. Observe the ritual of enemy consumption. A bloody, horrifying spectacle in which the clan's hunters become uncontrollable. Precedent, they are attacking kin. Why did I make a mistake somewhere? Uncontrollable Xenos will not make good mercenaries. I need to restore contact with them. I'll take supplies from the roost and halt observation until further instructions. So, seems to me like he was secretly injecting the Kroot with the whatever the crap is called, Gurkasum. Seems like he was injecting them with Gurkasum to see how the Kroot would react. And it seems the Gurkasum, too much Gurkasum, either through the injectors or through eating people who eat Gurkasum, results in the Kroot going crazy.
Initiating data upload
Information
to the
added.
sacred
Argent
repository.
Agent's mission.
Data
Agent sent the Kroot to the excavation site to rid himself of the bearings
to
he
the
gained.
case evidence.
Agent took keen interest in the effects of Gurkasum on living beings. What are the human remains I found in your camp? Xenos tilts his head, makes the quills on his neck bristle slightly. Signifies you have no idea. No, okay.
Never still for long.
So based off of that, it's either the outcast just doesn't know who the flesh belongs to, or it was planted by someone else. It would be really weird. Alright, next we gotta deal with this tree. 50% chance, let's go! It's an attempt to unauthorized community. Detect the security protocols engaged. Yeah, figured. Fired. Objective cancelled. Higher priority tech server congregator. Initiating elimination.
Restoration paused. Additional activation of power supply units required.
As the energy restart, causing severe damage to the Devil's Mechanics property will have consequences. Alright, other than the Sicarians, more than 0, damage dealt is increased by 10, distance now increased by 10. Got a blast right at the fight. Oh, sorry. Oh, party's ambush, the battle just begins. Skits. Oh no. Skitari Rangers and Sicarian Rust Stalkers. Skitari Alpha. Commander. Warning, violating the integrity of Adeptus Mechanics property will incur the wrath of the foes and machine gun. Alright, combat units currently functional. 14. As like an ally in constraints with 5 enemies in their turn, the ally gains Tech Protocol Onslaught to the end of the active turn granted by this effect. Target immediately gains an extra turn with full AP and MP, and it gains maximum armor to build its attack limit for turns increased by +2, and it gains 70% hit chance and 100% more damage. Never let that activate. Holy crap. Servitors. Just disposable. Just slap those to the side, get them out of the way. Carrying Rust Stalkers, Transonic Blades, Crippling Strike, Charge, Galvanic Rifle, Armaments, Magus Biologus. Interesting. Well, let's go! That's not good.
We need to take that one out.
Precise shot. Important use in the turns it shoots at the target. The shot gains 70% hit chance, deals 20% damage. Target must pass a relevant test with -35 penalty or suffer a critical effect. Trap. Arms. You need to break concentration. First, slap. Now we target the arms. Concentration is broken! Yippee! I'm not about to get blasted. Alright. Now to set things on fire.
Hell is tearing.
Looking at dome yourself, so you can survive something. Summon the Emperor. Ow. them on fire. Kill yourself. Unavailable. Don't know why that's unavailable, but okay. Stem yourself for more defense. And I guess try not to die.
This will have to suffice. Seeking the advantage. With purpose.
Let's disrupt his initiative. I need to get this Skitarii Alpha taken out. Let's go with this one. That was underwhelming. Bro. Activate the generator, minimize Adeptus Mechanicus casualties. Wait, minimize casualties. I need to activate the generators, actually. So let's just stop trying to murder them all, apparently. Alright. line of sight to the target.
The Immaterium seeds! Charge your body and your mind! Your job here is done.
Ow. Bot. Alright, you get slot. Whereas his torso gets severely injured by freaking servitors. God dang it, Laranthier. Why are you getting hit by Laranthier? Dang it, Laranthier. Why are you getting hit by, a bunch of stupid, I need to break his, concentration is broken without just slaughtering.
Executing.
Activation of power supply.
Oh, there goes the medic.
The Immaterium seeds! Guard your body and your mind! The Immaterium seeds! This will have to suffice. The veil is tearing! I can withstand. Your armor will always fail you. Ready to fight again. Even the tools of the Inquisition can fail. With purpose. Come what may. I'll make it work.
Connection restoration paused. Additional activation of power supply.
Crap.
Restoration paused. Additional activation of power supply units required.
Oh crap. Alright, now I better know what to expect. Let's just succeed. Wellington stream. So in translation to Logothic, exception affecting the alpha arc chromatic communion, resetting basic parameters to serve greater accurately and basic security protocols. They're no longer red and angry. Still activate.
Restoration paused. Additional activation of power supply units required.
Servitor dies. Oh, so you don't have to fight the servitors if you succeed the test. Okay.
The veil is tearing!
Oh, you can't even move.
Guard your body and your mind! Your job here is done. Seeking the advantage. I'll make it work. Executing. Don't waste it.
Like, that would bypass armor and cause issues. Also, 2 is just apparently impossible to hit. That's cool. Oh, I guess just hold tight, I guess. No one's needing medical aid at the moment, so I gotta sit tight.
The Immaterium seeds! Guard your body and your mind! The veil is tearing! This will have to suffice. Can't be done. I'll make it work.
This is going much better. Ow.
Ready to fight again. Damn it!
Oh, I forgot to
Job
apply
here
his
is
box.
With purpose.
Oof. There goes the Psyker. Station broken.
Ready to fight again. Executing.
Additional activation of power supply units required.
Hit the button.
The operator on the Alpha Arm confirms connection is restored. Resetting elimination protocols. Transferring control to the Fabricator General.
Fabricator General Cartesiarchus Hecatus Prime on the line. Servo Congregator Cycle reorganization completed successfully.
Okay.
Detecting physiological integrity of security units. You have exercised commendable caution in handling property of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Authorizing reward. Your biometric parameters have been recorded in the registry of reliable laypeople.
What in the name of the God Emperor just happened? Who are you?
The layperson exhibits provocative behavior characteristic of lower social strata. Requesting identification data.
An acolyte of the Holy Inquisition. Your security units attacked me.
It is pleasing to meet a servant of the Holy Order. The layperson's actions have triggered the Servo Congregator security protocols. The security units are not designed to recognize lay people's facial features, including those of low-ranking servants of the Inquisition. Requesting a verbal exchange of identification data.
And Lash, with whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Connection with this Servo Congregator has been established by the Fabricator General Cartesiarchus Hecatus Prime. Due to the actions of the layperson, semantic links have been reactivated. Initiating transition to exchange of material information.
Mention that I have helped restore the connection to this machine. Seems I have done you a service. Good.
Calculating recompense.
Tank is optimizing meltdown. Ooh. Exclaiming your guard tends to drawn to an object deeper within. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be a severed human arm marked with an inactive tab. Back 2. Okay. I have a few questions.
The agreement between the Holy Order and the priesthood of Mars permits the exchange of secret information within acceptable parameters.
Tell me about this place.
Environment conforms to standard hive zone. Distinguishing features, marshy terrain, extensive reserves of defunct equipment, presence of a tribe of carnivorous Xenos. The existence of the Marisportum settlement and its inhabitants is negligible.
What's the purpose of this construct?
This mechanism is designated as a servo congregator, serving to collect and subsequently process information. Research units conduct reconnaissance and assessment of useful assets within this hab zone. Decisions regarding dismantling and transportation are then enacted. Resource collection may be hindered by aquatic activity that defies logical calculation. Probability of imminent water level rise. Significant. Timely restoration of servo congregator functionality by the layperson will enable the Adeptus Mechanicus to mitigate collateral damage.
Fair enough. Did you have more discuss?
Communication is being prolonged, insistently proposing its termination.
Security systems are interfering with the local tribe's hunting. I want you to authorize their presence.
The layperson is conducting dealings with the Xenos. fact recorded and archived. Request for service. Approved. Justification. Preservation of acceptable operational status of the server congregator's security functions. The clan is granted sanctioned access within the security perimeter of the sacred mechanism.
Found the service code, the excavation site. One of yours?
Prior to the loss of communication with the Ark, this servo sentinel was lost during a reconnaissance mission in the Hab Zone. Proposal: return this unit to the fold of the machine god and receive gratitude.
Your sentinels were watching the excavation site and saw what transpired there, and you're compelled to share this information with the Inquisition.
In accordance with the agreement with the Holy Order, collecting and logging data in the described segments of the Hab Zone is not included in the servo sentinel's assigned scanning parameters. Hypotheses formulated. The unit in question had veered off course, whereupon it was exposed to the subjugation protocol. This conflict has been deemed insignificant and will be archived.
I think I'm gathering enough data without it. And I don't think the AdMech is involved in the issues going on, so I'll hand you over. Take it. It belongs to you.
Authorizing issuance of gratitude. Layperson, the value of your physical integrity is now equivalent to that of a standardized MX/18 Sigma circuit board. Rejoice.
Cool.
Registering numerous defects in the servo-cranial module. The damage matches that caused by the impact force of a primitive blunt tool typically employed in the barbaric tactics of local bandit groups. Hypotheses formulated. Unknown individuals have violated the integrity of the servo sentinel and used it for their own worldly ends during excavation. May your Messiah punish the unworthy.
The armed look too. Need access to the encrypted data.
Submitting counteroffer. Access to data will be restored on the condition of shared utilization of acquired information.
Seems fair. Begin the decryption.
Expressing desire for similar continued cooperation in the future. The data extracted from the Electu is deemed to be of research interest, and will be transferred to the jurisdiction of the Genitor Order.
Coded luck 2. Alcast is feeling better. It says it was once called Rahakti, but during its exile it lost its name. An interesting creature, worth the end spent on its rehabilitation. It's attached to something which can be used to persuade it to cooperate. If the shapers call something inedible, it means others cannot eat it. It's another crude, it means it's bad. Eat one, and R did, one with its sister. They become one as well. So, Rakti had a sister. Apparently, it ate. The sister was inedible. Rakti ate her, and now it is inedible. Alcast crew's attachments are more worth it. Learn a lot about the Shapers, their habits, beliefs, methods of clan management, and their favorite weapons. Quite basic behavioral traits, easy to control. I wonder, if they fall asleep, you can cover them with a cloth. The plan didn't work out. It's time to request cleanup from them. Take R further away, still painfully attached to its kin. But without them, they'll rejoin the retinue. Use someone to chat. Hunt with. Set up a meeting for it at the agreed location. I'm usually buying the vicinity of the concrete. Does anyone see anything?
The data archives contain pertaining information. Hypotheses formulated. Several servo sentinels did not return into the fold of the congregator before the sacred machine entered hibernation. In the absence of servo sentinel data, the probability of retrieving the required information is close to zero. However, considering the possibility of the servo sentinel's return, it is not equal to zero after all.
Okay, I'll do it for now. Oh, I leveled up. Sweet. So choose a talent. Okay, let's see here. I want to go with... Let's go with this one to get more defense against melee and retribution against melee. Choose an upgrade. Souring critical vulnerability. Also suffers the same penalty to all skill tests. Suffers more defense, damage reduction, and more damage. This tactic does not remove exploit from that target. Crap. It's pretty mean. Critical weakness. This attack attempts to inflict a critical on the target must pass a test with -14 penalty. So it's a single attack. So, if it's a penalty on them avoiding crits. Increase higher hit chance. And that causes exploit on other enemies. Causes more damage when removing exploit. Well, just more damage. The kill operative regains 4 AP. Oh, and this one doesn't remove exploit. I'm gonna take this one. I think I'm gonna go with power accumulation because honestly that gives a lot of intelligence and defense, and I've been casting a lot with them. Parry and Riot. Fire is guaranteed to trigger either psychic phenomena or perils. All characters within must pass a metal test or suffer wretched and disheartened. Modifier is guaranteed to trigger either second penalty or press the warp. Wearing light armor gain armor durability equal to Veil Tear with damage reduction 0. Armor durability doesn't stack. Here's 4. Also deals additional damage and triggers. Burning level increased by +5. Against being sectors of burning, they're able to move through enemies. When the burning sector's ability or ends their turn, all adjacent cells are also ignited. And then suffers a stackable perception bonus penalty to reflexes lasting until combat. Also suffer that much MP at the start of the next turn. Only target burning units. All units within our target's influence suffer 5 damage. Burning damage to the tower explodes and deals the same damage to all units within the target's influence. All units around suffer that much damage must pass reflexes or suffer 10 wounds. Does not affect allies. That's 3 rounds. Ally appears within the crushing shield of the Emperor. Defense, morale, and deals more damage. Gain the same effect for 2 rounds. Suffers that much penalty to their reflex capacity. The target must then pass with that or become grasped and staggered. It deals inflicts a stacking penalty. All units in a 3-cell cone lasting until the end of combat. And all affected units must pass that. If failed to become immobilized and must suffer a critical effect. Armor durability. When the unit's attack before making an attack is the attacker must pass a reflex test and become blind. And target's armor durability reaches 0 for the start of the unit's next turn. Enemies within their influence will pass that or become staggered. Dang. Then going with Masterful Firestorm though. That sounds really nice for just blowing the place up and getting clumps of enemies out of the way. And not accidentally setting allies on fire. Which is generally a good thing. Like refusal. Polite refusal. To move through allies and enemies, but not through obstacles till the end of the turn. Attack starting ending cells that gain that much a chance. Move through allies until start of the next turn, gain that much defense against ranged attacks. That's actually pretty helpful. Their effective grenades of those attacks must pass nasty test, so that's modifiers reduced. Concentration is disrupted. Does more damage to enemy armor though. Suffer more damage from any source. Suffer morale loss. Doesn't suffer a damage penalty. I'm gonna go with defensive dash. Get her around better and not getting shot. I think I'm going for overdrive. Just give him more shots. Shells direct towards random enemy. Random enemy target within the cone. 15% over penetration. I think I can focus Bolt Storm. Get rid of the damage penalty so I can just freely use it for the most part. Go with impregnable defense. Give him more defense. Bitter enemies. Or makes an enemy. Marks enemies in a 2-cell radius around the target point. They'll start the warrior's next turn. They gain 16. They gain. So where it kills them or target, they immediately regain. So it swaps it from toughness to agility for some reason. And gives a bigger penalty to defense. This one gives it an AoE, which is actually kind of nice. Gains less armor durability. It's based off of agility again. But does damage to their heads instead of their legs. Doubles the armor durability gain from toughness bonus. All enemies within the warrior's influence suffer damage to the legs, ignoring armor. Wow, just steal everyone's kneecaps. Winding charge. Through ally does not have to be a straight line. Does not be can be through allies and enemies. Makes an attack against it. So can just kind of charge to anywhere. So it makes melee attack using whichever cause. So that staggers. And that goes further. And does more damage for every cell moved. I think I'm going Remarkable Endure. Make him just tougher. Lavanthea. Weapons don't count as force, do they? Oh, they do. I don't remember. So that's just like what, 3%? Yeah, it's just 3%. More damage, that's not really much. Let's go with defensive technique. Make them better at parrying. Already seen telekinesis, White Seeker. Mirage Light. White Seeker applies guidance. The guidance gain the Mirage Glide. Point within. Perception bonus. White Seeker's perception bonus. So still radius. Same radius. Through enemies and allies. Makes a phantom copy next to strength. This has one wound, cannot act or defend on its own. Okay, so you leave behind a decoy. Allies can use it to move to the Way Seeker, disregarding range and line of sight. Spectral guidance are made with that much. Hit chance. Makes 2 phantom copies around themselves. These copies have 1 wound. Okay. So touch it. Additionally, Way Seeker now is affected by guidance, can apply defense against area attacks for the duration of the effect. Oh, and also more defense. More that. So yeah, unattainable reflection. Alright, I think that's going to be it for stream today. I will wrap up the stuff out here with the crew come next Thursday. Next time I stream. I'm gonna knock down this column just to see what happens. So, saving the game. Oh, that achieved nothing. This probably knocks out the Skitarii Alpha. But, anyways. That was just me being curious. I figured that's what it would do. But hey, blow something up. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for stream today. I'll do one quick look through of stuff. Before ending it.
Initiating data upload to the sacred repository. Data decoded, structured, and appended to the case evidence.
Plan. Agent intended to meet with an outcast group, so want to recruit it. Recruit, begin. Okay, I kind of figured there would be more to look at.
Reconnoitering.
But anyways, that's gonna be it for stream today. Oh, I guess there's also this little place over here. I'll park myself over here to explore next. This is probably what that ring goes to. Now that I think about it. Anyways, that'll be next time. It's already too late for that battle. So I'll be finishing up this area and then probably moving on to the Baron. Come in Upper Town. Come next Thursday. My next stream will be Monday with Elden Ring. And with all that said, it's going to be it for today. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow, join the Discord, all those things, whatnot. It helps out. With all that said, yeah. Have a good time, whatever time zone you're in. And bye for now.